Hey everybody, my name is Ben and welcome back to the channel where it's always game time. Episode 4 of our Mastery Camo Grind Road to Borealis in Modern Warfare Zombies. I'm having a ton of fun in the Zombies mode right now, grinding through these camo challenges and testing out different weapons to see how good they are in the new mode. So let's see what gun we're going to be using today. Our weapon of choice is going to be the SVA 545, an assault rifle that I've actually really enjoyed using in multiplayer. Before we get into the loadout, let's go ahead and take a look at these camo challenges. As is becoming a common theme in this series, I actually already have the first camo challenge done, which was simply to kill 250 zombies. But we also have to kill 5 zombies without releasing the trigger 20 times, or in our case, only 4 more times, get 250 kills in the medium or high threat zone, and the final challenge is to get 250 kills with 4 perks active. Now, we can't actually start making progress until we max level our weapon on this 4th and final camo challenge, but it's actually triple-double XP in Call of Duty right now. So I'm fairly confident that by the end of this raid, we'll be max level and knock out these challenges. And as always, for Golden Enigma, we have to get 100 zombie kills and exfil in the same deployment. Now, when it comes to the loadout of this assault rifle, it may not surprise you guys to see that I have built this for speed. So we are rocking the SVA 5 short barrel, which gives us extra movement speed and aim walking speed. The Edge BW4 hand stop, which similarly gives us movement speed, sprint to fire speed, and aim down sight speed. 60 round magazine, so we can take down that challenge to get 5 kills without reloading. Optic can just be your personal preference. And of course, the no stock, which is going to give us a huge bonus to our movement speed. As we so often love to do, this is also going to be a true zero to hero type run where we regain on our operator and see what loot we can find in the field. With all that taken care of, I'll see you guys in there. All right, here we go. Apparently we had a tombstone marker from our previous run. I'm gonna just go ahead and ignore that for this raid. And because we are relatively unequipped, I'm gonna go ahead and actually do some tier 1 zone contracts. So something that I've learned recently is that in order to unlock specific schematics in the game, which allow you to craft various items, make sure that you're in the right zone for that specific schematic. For example, I spent a ton of time on stream trying to unlock the Speed Cola perk schematic, not realizing that it only drops when you do tier 1 contracts. Here I was farming the red zone, like, come on, I need this last schematic. And it wasn't even possible to get that to drop from what I was doing. So, lesson learned the hard way, and I actually have a video on my TikTok page documenting where you can get all of those specific schematic rewards. Man, that was a close call. It would be a missed opportunity if I didn't tell you guys how extremely thankful I am for all of the support in this last year of full-time content creation. It is an absolute dream come true, something I've always wanted to do. And yeah, thank you guys for your support. For everybody that's seeing this video right now, just know I really appreciate you guys taking the time to click on it and be part of this journey. Whew, okay, we found the last one. That was a pretty tough ether nest, man. I couldn't find all the cysts to pop. Which, by the way, can we talk about how gross this contract is? All right, let's see what we get. Dead wire, sure. It's a fine ammo mod, I'll take it. A green Carrick 300. You know what's funny is I actually have not featured any sniper rifles in this series yet, and there is a reason for it. I'm a little bit intimidated of that weapon class, but with that nest taken down, we can access our raid weapon stash contract, which is going to be a great way to get us some zombie kills and some money early on. If you are looking for a great way to farm zombie kills and level up your weapons, these raid weapon stash contracts come in handy. Let me tell you what, I usually like to just kind of stand outside the building to make sure I can move around when things get crazy. And as long as your contract is active, zombies should continue to spawn in your area. Now, I actually forgot that one of our challenges is to kill 5 zombies without reloading. So let me go ahead and wipe this mob of zombies here. Now, that definitely should have counted, even though it wasn't pretty. Maybe it does have to be continuous fire, then. Let's try it out on this horde. There it is! I was gonna say. So that will explain it. If you're doing that camo challenge, learn from me. And look, we got a little smiley face. It's kind of dark that there's the blood splatter right next to the smiley face. Let's just go see what our contract reward is. All right, we got a 2-plate vest, the stamina perk, which is super useful, and a self-revive. Oh, and I love having a blue melee weapon in our offhand. Melee weapons are just so much fun, man. If you didn't see the last episode where we got 2 knives, golden Enigma camo on, please do go back and check it out. It was a crazy run. But this episode is all about the SVA, so let's keep going and kick it up a notch. I think we're gonna head into the tier 2 zone and do some deliver cargo contracts for a little bit of extra money. I'm gonna go back for this armored truck. I don't know about you guys, but I am so guilty of just running everywhere I want to go on the map. I don't know if it's just because I enjoy, you know, taking in the scenery around me, or if it's because I'm a really bad driver, but man, I need to utilize vehicles a lot more. And you know what? We may as well go Pack-a-Punch since there's a location right here. And we can also potentially get the Speed Cola perk for free by going to this bird statue location. Hey, max level, nice. Okay, I told you guys, with this double XP, it is so easy and quick to level up your weapons in the zombies mode. All right, we are gonna be near the Legacy Fortress, so gotta be a bit careful. Not sure if the armored truck is gonna have the speed that we need in order to get this Easter egg successfully, but we're gonna give it a shot. Now, here we go. I gotta be honest, guys, that's not looking good. Give it some gas. It worked! Are you kidding me? Well, that's how you get Speed Cola for free. Oh my gosh. No way. A blue Bruin MK9 is pretty appealing. I'll just take the turret circuit for now. And this will be our first Pack-a-Punch on the SVA. This thing is beautiful. I did learn something interesting the other day on stream. Check this out. If I put this weapon into burst, take a look at the ammo counter down in the bottom right when I fire. It shoots 2 bullets per individual shot, which is very much similar to how the old school double tap perk used to work. And I love it. I don't know if that happens to all the assault rifles or maybe it's just this one, but I'll have to do some further investigation. We have the season 1 update just around the corner, and obviously Warzone 3, quote unquote, is going to be released on this Urzikstan map. For zombies specifically, we're going to be getting a new wonder weapon, new schematics, and new dark ether rifts, which sounds like some kind of end game challenge mode for the players who've already finished their seasonal missions. Undoubtedly, there's going to be a system in place to get rare rewards and loot from these dark ether rifts, and when more information comes out, you guys will be the first to hear from me. I'm very much looking forward to it. As far as other upgrades that I would love to see on this raid, obviously we want to get our gun leveled up some more so we can take down harder contracts, but a 3-plate vest and a large backpack wouldn't be too bad either. Here we go. Get in our vehicle and get on our way. The big discussion and topic for today's raid that I hear a lot of people talking about, that we've been talking about a lot personally on our stream, is this format for zombies better or worse than traditional round-based? My first point would be is that I don't think that is a fair way to frame the conversation. What did I just get stuck on? I know I'm a bad driver, but there's like nothing there. Anyways. Now, I am somebody that has loved the zombies mode all the way back from World at War, which was obviously traditional round-based before they added in so many unique features along the way. But my biggest argument to the point that this mode is boring or doesn't feature a lot of replayability is that the old games didn't either. Realistically, when a new map would come out, the very first thing a lot of people would do is spend time learning the map, exploring. Then you have the people that get crazy about Easter eggs, which were obviously introduced back in Ascension, and then the classic high round zombies players. But after you've completed a high round run once or twice, some games with your friends, some weapon challenge runs, and the Easter eggs, what else is there to do? I mean, don't get me wrong, I still spent countless nights playing zombies with friends back when I was in high school, but you can't really say that there was a lot of replayability baked in. Versus this mode has adapted a model that was very popular in the DMZ mode of Call of Duty, where the missions are the content that you grind for from season to season. Of course, dude, as soon as we Pack-a-Punch, we get a raw Therium crystal. I mean, I'll take it, but I'm also going to use our epic ether tool on our SVA, which was a very nice find. We should be doing a lot more damage now. As for me personally, I love that we have a giant map full of very interesting POIs, you know, traveling methods, and all sorts of different missions that challenge us as a player to explore the game in ways we may not otherwise think to. And I also think that a benefit of this model is that they can use this map in so many other creative ways and expand the mode as seasonal updates come along. So ultimately, in my position, in my stance, I think it's going to be entirely up to the developers how the success of this game mode goes long term. I think that it's already been pretty successful. A lot of the people I know that were skeptical get their hands on it and immediately fall in love, and a lot of the negativity seems to be coming from people who are looking from a distance, watching people play rather than trying it themselves. which I can't necessarily blame them considering the $70 price point. But I say all this to say that I'm very optimistic for the future of this format for Modern Warfare Zombies, and in the absolute worst case scenario, there are leaks online showing that the new iteration of Zombies from Treyarch in 2024 will be returning to the traditional round-based Zombies mode that we all know and love. So if it's not your thing, that's cool, but I don't understand why we just can't enjoy both. Also, there's nothing to say that they can't come out with a round-based Zombies mode for Modern Warfare Zombies either. Oh man. Okay, I've driven myself into a bit of a corner here. I did not know where this location that I was delivering the cargo was, and I have made a mistake. Ooh, an ether orb. I actually need to kill a few more of those for a calling card challenge, which, by the way, a lot of people have also asked me, Ben, now that you've done the missions, why are you still playing? Tombstone soda. Very nice. Number one, there are camo challenges that we are currently doing in this YouTube series for the weapons. I really would like to unlock Borealis in this game. But number two, there's also custom calling card challenges, which require you to do little silly things like this, defeating ether orbs and doing it in a timely manner. There's actually a challenge to defeat these in under 45 seconds. We're off to a little bit of a rocky start, but I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. Focus up here. It should be done almost. There it is. Okay, now that should have been done in 45 seconds. Yeah, there we go. There's the challenge. And we got a rare ether tool as a result. Ah! Oh no! I had a split-second decision panic where I didn't know if I was picking that up or not. Okay, we got to be a little bit careful here. That was our only self-revive. Luckily, I do have to get kills in the medium threat zone, so let's go ahead and start killing a few of these guys. The other criticism that I have seen is that there is no intensity in this game mode without the element of PvP that DMZ had. To which I tell everyone, Zombies has never really been a PvP game type, which doesn't mean that it couldn't be, but it just means that in this current existing format that they've rolled out, it wouldn't really work. You try grinding 20 red zone contracts, finally unlocking the ray gun schematic, and on your way to exfil being third party by some sweaty team that just wants your loot. I'm telling you now, it is not conducive to a fun experience. And I can't speak from a difficulty standpoint when it comes to the default squad size of 3 players in this game mode, because I took it upon myself to do all of the missions solo. But I know that at least in my experience, there have been several missions that have been really challenging and really intense. But it's just like any other genre of video games. Some people don't like single player games and some people only like multiplayer, and it's just the way it goes, I suppose. With this contract complete, we will have enough money to get a level 2 Pack-a-Punch. Speed Cola, which we actually apparently already have on this run, is a very nice pickup. We'll go ahead and take the cluster mine and store the Speed Cola, and now we're at the point where we really need a large backpack. But the level 2 Pack-a-Punch is going to be really nice because we can start to do some other contracts here in the medium threat zone, which are not only fun, but will also allow us to continue to kill zombies for our camo challenge. If only I could figure out a way to get onto the roof. Ah, here we go. And just like that, level 2 Pack-a-Punch on the SVA. Now, we are without a 3-plate and self-revive, so we do have to be careful. Here we go. Nice. And we've come to the part of the episode where I like to ask you guys to let me know in the comments what weapons you have been loving and enjoying in the Zombies mode. I get asked almost daily what the best meta weapons are for this game type, and something I tell people all the time is the nice part about Zombies is you can pretty much use anything. As you get your weapons stronger, it really does scale pretty well with the difficulty of the zones. And with over 100 weapons in the game between Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, there are a lot of combinations to try out. I'm really excited for that new wonder weapon though, man. The VR11 is going to be sweet. Not only converting zombies back to humans and allies, like kind of similar to the Brain Rot mod. Using that on mercenaries is going to be game changing. Here we go. Nice. Uncommon ether tool. Probably the biggest slap in the face when doing contracts is that right there. But you know what? Let's really start racking up the zombie kills here and grab this raid weapon stash contract. Who knows? Maybe the game will give us a wonder weapon, you know, for our troubles. I have never done a raid weapon stash in this building before. This looks like it could be fun. As a reminder, we are 1 perk away from these zombie kills, counting towards another challenge And we do need 250 when we get there. So if we don't get another perk from completing this contract, we may just go buy one. Hey, 250 kills in the medium or high threat zone. Let's go. So technically speaking, we could just finish the rest of our camo grind in the tier 1 zone if we wanted to. 69% contract status. But back talking on perks in zombies, what is your guys' favorite perk? Man, I'm so curious. Me personally, my top 4 are Juggernog, Quick Revive, Stamina Up, and Speed Cola. Honestly, I feel like if you have those 4 perks, you've got everything that you need. And guys, I actually have a calling card challenge to sell chunks of meat too. So I'm gonna drop something in my inventory, probably one of these crystals, and grab the chunk of flesh. I know it seems like a weird one, guys, but I'm not making that up. It is true. And we got a mortar strike, which I'm gonna take over the cluster mine, and oh, the grenade launcher. Man, this thing is a beast, but I'm gonna leave it for now and just keep rolling with what we got. So for those of you who do not know, let me put you onto something. There is a calling card challenge in the game to kill the warlord, who is the boss inside of the legacy fortress on the north side of the map, within 7 minutes of the match starting. And I got to give a personal shout out to Lucy in our community for putting me onto this. But by using a mortar, you can actually kill the warlord without even entering the legacy fortress, which is a pretty clutch tip and trick. I don't know if they're going to patch that soon, but I figured I'd mention it for anyone who is struggling to get those warlord kills or possibly even complete the Act 3 mission. Time to take things to a whole new level. We're going to do this escort contract, and I'm going to tell you guys now, man, these escort contracts are tough. Got a mangler right here to take care of. No big deal. These contracts will spawn in a ton of zombies along the way, as well as manglers and hellhounds. And your main objective is to keep this thing alive and escort it through its rounds. There's actually an entire story mission in Act 2 that is based on this contract alone. Oh man, here they come. Oh man. We gotta be careful, man. We don't have any self-revives. Sheesh, that was close. Maybe we need to go in and buy one because that was a very close call. No thank you, disciple. Not today. Oh my goodness. We've already taken 21% damage on this bad boy. Now that I'm looking at it, man, if you need a lot of zombie kills, this isn't a bad option either. Look at them all! Man, there is just so many. We're actually out of ammo too. Okay, we gotta leave off the safety of this thing and go scoop up some ammo. A chunk of flesh! Ah! All right, I gotta remember that we've got decoy grenades and Molotovs at our disposal. I think this contract, the ether extractor contract, and the defend ground station contracts are probably the top 3 hardest contracts to do as a solo player. Just another thing I see people complaining about online about how there's not enough zombies. I'm like, man, if you do one of these contracts, I don't know how you can say that. There are a ton of zombies to contend with when doing this contract. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this game not intense enough for you? All right, throw a decoy, throw a Molotov, get in there. It's gonna charge up here, and this is the end. We just have to keep it alive. There we go. We got it. Oh my gosh, run! Man. Whew. And we did get a self-revive, which comes in clutch at a time like this. Thank goodness. Go ahead and just finish cleaning these guys up here. The SVA is doing pretty good work. Not a bad option at all. All right, the first thing I want to go do now is sell our meat online. That is not exactly how I meant for that to sound. Sell, chunk of flesh, boom, there you go. And we are actually, at this point, only 1 contract away from getting our weapon to 3rd level Pack-a-Punch. Not only that, but we can also go buy our 4th perk finally, which will allow us to complete our last camo challenge. Gotta take down a mimic over here. Mimics are probably one of my favorite enemies in zombies. I think they're so cool. Oh! That is when they're nice. And they're not always very nice. Okay, he's already halfway down. I think we're gonna be okay. Come on. Ooh. Ooh, brain rot. And another stamina. You couldn't have just given me a perk that I didn't have already. Let's go ahead and go buy Juggernog. That is going to be incredibly helpful for the rest of this raid and get us going on that last challenge. See, I was about to do it again, man. I was about to run on foot all the way there when we have vehicles and rift portals and redeploys. I don't know why I can't get it in my head to just take these vehicles. All right, here we go, Juggernog. Sweet. So now we need to get 250 zombie kills before the end of the run. I want to go into the red zone and triple pack our weapon, which, where is the pack punch? There we go. We'll grab a vehicle so we can drive our way over there. Just kidding. There were no vehicles nearby, so I have to run. Here we go into the red zone. Man, this always gets the nerves flowing. Even after completing several different contracts in the red zone, all of our missions, I still get nervous running through here all the time. And level 3 pack-a-punch, which we're gonna immediately utilize to survive here. Ooh, wow, we actually got lucky and got a deliver cargo contract in the red zone. Now for new players, this is a super good opportunity for you guys to grind your ray gun schematic, because that only comes from the red zone. And what you can do with this contract is just come in with a single plate vest, no weapons, no anything, and grab this contract and successfully complete it. And it's a very easy way to not only get money early game, but also to unlock that ray gun. So always take a look right at the beginning of your match and see if this contract is available. I'm going to use our decoy grenade to ensure that I have the opportunity to get in here successfully. As you guys can see, it works like a charm. And the route is always going to be the exact same for this contract. You got to be a little bit careful about running into zombies like that. You can see our vehicle's health is actually pretty low, but I always go to the right from the gas station, up and over this ledge, and we're gonna hang left, and we'll be there in no time. When your vehicle's low health like this, make sure you line it up to where even if it gets damaged, you're going to run into the hook of this helicopter like that, because you will still complete the contract even if the vehicle is gonna blow up. A medium backpack! Huzzah! Finally, we can carry more items. We also got the PhD flopper perk, which is nice. And for the remaining portion of this raid, I'm going to go somewhere a little bit safer just to ensure that we live long enough to get all of the zombie kills that we need for our last camo challenge. While it may not be the most exciting plan, I don't want to ruin our streak of successfully getting Golden Enigma in a single run on our weapons. Which, by the way, if you haven't noticed, no editing tricks or anything here. That's what we've been doing, and it's pretty awesome. I'm always worried when I go into an episode, what happens if I die? What happens if we don't finish it and I gotta come do a second, run? Because it's a little bit time consuming making these videos. Now, I say all that to say, oh, don't feel bad for me or anything like that. It's a lot of fun, but a single raid in Modern Warfare Zombies can take like an hour. And then you got to edit out all the boring stuff. And so I can't imagine having to infill like 2 times in a row to get these episodes out for you guys, because it would just take so much time. All right, let's get this thing started and start slaying some zombies. And I actually don't know if this was confirmed true or not, but I saw online somewhere, I think it might have been Twitter, that apparently they reduced the amount of XP that you get from killing zombies once you cross the 750 zombie kill thresholds. I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, I usually end up around like the 600 mark. So I don't feel like I've personally noticed this, but I know the guys that were in here and exploiting and grinding their weapon XP levels for their weapons probably learned pretty early on that after a certain point, you're gonna get less. And I've got to imagine that after just doing this contract alone, we'll probably be close to 100 zombie kills, if not more. So maybe one more of these should be good to go. I actually am going to take the Casimir device because that thing is a cheat code. And the only other thing that is on our list to acquire before the end of this raid is going to be a 3-plate vest. Let's mix it up and go ahead and do an Outlast contract. It functions very similarly to a raid weapon stash and should generate a lot of zombies for us to kill. And a lot of people are scared to play when the radiation does start to expand, understandably so. But it really doesn't do that much damage, and if you didn't know, the PhD flopper perk actually reduces how much damage it does to you. So another reason to pick that perk up. Whenever I get this contract in this building, I like to go ahead and hang out on the second level. It gives me a lot of time to see the zombies coming and plan my escape route. Gotta always make sure to check behind you so you don't get trapped up here on the catwalk. But if you do, you always have the option to bail out over the side of the ledge. All right, the gas is here. So this is perfect timing that we just finished this. And we got the dead wire formula, which we actually don't need. And we almost have enough money to go ahead and get our 3-plate vest. We're gonna do our last contract as a deliver cargo contract. And that way we have a vehicle to get around and separate ourselves from the expanding radiation and get some quick and easy money to grab our 3-plate vest. Okay, now unfortunately we do have to go deliver this cargo back into the radiation, which could get a little bit scary, but I think we're gonna be okay. Luckily, the radiation doesn't seem to affect the HP of our vehicles, which is something I didn't know before this. And you can see we don't have a gas mask at the moment and we are taking damage, but it seems to affect our plates first and not our actual base health, which is nice because in a pinch we could replate and be good to go. Here we go, pulling in at our stop. See if we got anything good. Another self-revive, that's all right. We gotta go. Ooh, actually, as a matter of fact, we can go ahead and get our 3-plate vest at this buy station. So that worked out perfectly. And now we need to try to get to where the final extraction is going to be as quickly as possible so we can grind our remaining zombie kills. If you guys are trying to determine where final exfil is going to be, by the way, it does work a little bit differently than the DMZ mode did. All you want to do is find where the center of the radiation is and draw a line to wherever the farthest point on the map is from that point. In this instance, I believe it's going to be the top left corner where we've pinged. Let's see if we're right. I'm going to try to fit in at least one more raid weapon stash contract, even if we don't finish it, just to get some extra zombies to spawn in. Also, some other people on the map just called in this exfil, so I know that there's going to be some zombies nearby for us to shoot at here. I'm gonna go ahead and just poach some of these. Stick around for just 1 minute so that we can get some consistent zombie spawns. And as soon as we see that camo challenge pop, we know we are gonna be good to go. Oh, there it is. Chaos unlocked. Well, in that case, ladies and gentlemen, we might just take this exfil if it respawns in time, which I don't know. I think there's about a 2-minute cooldown on exfil timer. And the way that this gas is expanding, we might have to just go play for final exfil anyways. All right, here we go. It's now or never. Do something special for me. Gas is about to be here any second. Now's the time. Oh, we're not gonna make it. I'll stick around. I'm mashing my interact button just in case. And nope. All right, let's get out of here. So if you don't know, as long as you call an exfil in before the radiation touches that exfil location, the helicopter will show up. But in our particular instance, obviously the gas expanded, and so we've got to go play for the final exfil. Which of course, as we knew, just happens to be across the map. But with 5 minutes left to go, we should have plenty of time to make it to where we need to get. Then again, I'm not the best driver in the game, so it's going to be a bit tricky. Oh no! I knew something like this was going to happen, man. I'm going to make a play for this hatchback off into the distance. All right. Fresh vehicle, 3.5 minutes left to spare, and 1,200 meters to cover. Oh my gosh. Oh, I drove out of the combat zone. Oh, I need to pay attention and lock it in. That would have been so bad. Imagine this episode ends with us just exploding. And another common theme for this series, we are the last person on the map right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination with plenty of time to spare. One nice thing about taking the final exfil is you do always get gas masks at the end. So while we're waiting for this bird to take off, let's go ahead and review the SVA 545 in the zombies mode. This is something that I want to start doing in these episodes in more detail. Personally, I love assault rifles for zombies. with a balance of mobility that you'd get in an SMG, with a lot of bullets and damage down range. Like an LMG, assault rifles really are a blend of those two gun categories, and the best all-around projectile-based weapons in my opinion. Now, how does the SVA stack up compared to the DG58, which we've used previously in the series? It's really nice. I mean, obviously in a tier 1 zone like this with 3-level pack-a-punch, you're going to be dominating regardless of what you use. But we were able to hop into the red zone and kill zombies as needed. But I have no doubt in my mind that this would be an effective tool to use inside of the red zone if needed. All in all, if I had to give it a score on a 1 to 5 scale, I'd probably give this a 4.5. And the only reason I wouldn't give it a 5 is I would love to see the magazine size be around 200. That would be a perfect weapon in my books. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going home, and that is another successful raid in Urzikstan. Modern Warfare Zombies. Let's go! Let's get a quick recap of the stats here for you guys. We ended up getting 913 zombie kills. Oh my gosh, that actually might be like a personal record for me. Here we go. Where is it at? Let me see it. Golden Enigma camo for the SVA. Not only that, we were also able to loot this Ethereum crystal, the Casimir device. We got a pickaxe for our contraband, a medium backpack, 3-plate vest, kill streak, self-revive, gas mask. You guys know the works, man. Another successful 0 to hero raid. And now's the moment that we've all waited for. Let's see what all that hard work unlocked for us. Ooh-wee! Look at this thing, man. It is a thing of beauty. I love this camo. They did a great job. As always, guys, I hope that you guys did have as much fun as I did in this episode. We are 4 episodes in and 5 weapons complete. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what weapon you guys want to see next in the series, and subscribe to the channel for more zombies content. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.